everyone. Thank you for joining us in this next session of Fire Friday. It's always a pleasure to be here. I hope we have a number of people joining us. I'm sure others will be coming in as we go. But thank you for, am I audible?
Yes, but you don't have the microphone.
We're good now? Okay. Sorry people, mic issues. But I think we are now ready to go. We'll start with a word of prayer, and then we can begin. Let's pray. Dear Lord, we come before you this evening. We thank you for who you are. We thank you for you are a good God, and you deserve to be praised. Thank you for this evening. Thank you that we are well, we are healthy, we are alive, and we don't take this for granted. Thank you for the opportunity to also just have conversations with each other around money and women, and I pray that you will be with us even as we start. Thank you for all those who are watching us from wherever they are, from home, while they're driving, wherever they are, Lord. I pray that you will bless them and bless our team here in Savo as well. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. 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 Okay, we can start. I can't see any comments. So yes, if you're with us, please say something as we start. Last week we were discussing women and money, and I felt maybe it's a topic we would like to just go over again, but now look at it from maybe a different angle. So last week what we focused on was mainly our mindset, and what we were encouraging each other as women is that we can do it. We can change our mindset from a place of thinking, I cannot, I am not able, I do not have the time, but to a place where you're thinking, I can, I will, just to change our paradigm shifts around financial independence and say, even as women, we can actually become financially free. Whoever has the money makes the decision. That's just a reality of life. So it's important even as women to just be aware that we can become financially independent. So today we are saying, okay, then after we've changed our paradigm, after we've changed our mindset and said, yes, we can, then what? Yeah? And I remember last week we discussed the triangle, the aspire, acquire, and then apply triangle, which largely just says you need to dream, you need to have a purpose, that's the aspiration, and then after that you need to acquire knowledge, the knowledge that will help you even as you go through your financial independence journey. And then after that, you need to apply it. So after you've learned, then you'd apply what you have learned. So that's the angle we took last week. And this week, we just want to say, okay, then how do you acquire knowledge? What are some of the ways that that you can acquire knowledge around financial independence, or just around investments and how to make wiser money decisions? And there are many places you can get that knowledge. I mean, you can get that knowledge from the net. You can get that knowledge from, even sometimes I ask myself, a lot of us did like business courses in campus. Do we apply maybe what we learned? Yeah. So the knowledge is available in various forums, but are we applying the knowledge that we have received? So I'd like to encourage us to just ask questions, to be a bit more interactive. I can see Ms. Samcharo has joined us. Thanks, Honey, for joining. You're saying, seeing as there is part 2 of Women and Money, it would be imperative I do a session on men and money. Yes, I think that would be great. Nguhi Mturi, thanks for joining. I missed being here, following as I wait to catch up on the 2 sessions I missed. Welcome, Nguhi, and I'm glad that you're here, that even if it's a topic on money, that you're able to join us. So thanks for joining us, and I just let's ask questions. Maybe we discussed something last week and that wasn't very clear. Please ask. And then the angle we're going to take today is more on the power of, working together as women. I think women, we thrive in relationships. And so in the process of even acquiring the knowledge around financial independence, is there a space where we can work together as women to acquire that knowledge? As we go, I want to just ask us to, think through these questions and maybe share with me. So I've found that very many women come together for one purpose or another, even to study a book. Yeah, you come you have a book club, and you study a book together as ladies. Some ladies have investment groups. Some ladies just are in chamas together. And that is because we really, really thrive in relationships. So as we continue, I'd like to just ask, are you in a chama? Are you a member of a chama? What do you do in your chama? Yeah, even if it's not a chama, just as friends who come together, as peers, as friends, what are some of the things you do together? What are some of the things you learn are there any lessons of just being together? And if you're in a chama or an investment group, do you invest? Yeah, you could have a chama where we contribute and share at the end of the month. But do you invest? And what type of investments do you invest in? So I'd like to just hear from you guys answers for those questions. Do you invest? What do you invest in? Do you have a group of ladies that you are walking this journey of life together? And when you do meet, what do you discuss? Or what do you focus on when you kind of meet together? Yeah. So if ladies, even gentlemen, if you can just share around those lines, that will be appreciated. So in my quest to just learn about women and coming together, I interrogated our numbers to just see, as Savo, do we have women who've come together and invested together, either as a chama, calling themselves a chama, or calling themselves an investment group? And I was pleasantly surprised. We have about 50 to 60 chamas who have invested in Savo. I think that's a very good number. Yeah, people who have come together, put their monies together and invested with us. I think that's a good number. So after that, I decided, can I have a chat with some of these ladies? And I made a point to just call a few of them to just hear their stories. How has it been? When did they start? Why did they start? And how has it been for them? How has that investment journey been for them? I started with a chama called Little Rock. So Little Rock is a group of ladies who live in Kibera, and one of the ladies who was a headmaster in a school where these ladies were. She felt, we are here in Kibera, we are educating the children, we are empowering the children, but what are we doing to their parents? What are we doing to their mothers? Even if you educate this child, so long as they go home and find their mother still, living in that circumstance where life is a bit hard, in their mind, that becomes their world. So you'll educate this child, but because they're not seeing any progress at home, in their minds, that becomes their place in life. So it becomes extremely hard for them to progress. So she thought, what can we do to empower the parents as well? And so she decided to start a chama for them, and a chama called Little Rock. And they are a group of about 60 ladies or 60 members. They started contributing 200 shillings at the beginning. And then they've just continued with contributions. I mean, now the minimum contribution is about 500. And the good story about these ladies is through that process, and it's been a number of years for them, they've been able to take their children to school. I mean, some of them have children in the university. A number of them have actually been able to even build homes at home, like a permanent home back in the village. I live here, I live in Kibera. I mean, we know how difficult life can be there. But when I go to the village, I'm going to my house, I'm going to my home. It's a better sort of like condition. Why? Because these women came together and they were able to, in a sense, to contribute, and on an ongoing basis, they're able to lend one to another. And my biggest lesson from there, I mean, there's a lot that women can do with money. This lady was telling me some of them borrow, even 50,000. And with 50,000, they're able to build for themselves a decent home back home. And that's a big lesson. There's a lot of power in just coming together. Around about 2019, thereabouts at the beginning, they came here. I met them, and then they came here to Coral Bells. And this group of women invested in a one-bedroom unit. And I'm extremely, extremely proud of them. I mean, you are contributing 500 shillings. and you own a unit here in Coral Bells, not a studio, but they own a 1-bedroom. That's the power of coming together. Someone can say 500 is very little, but with 500, they own a unit. And, they're landlords, really. As I was talking to that lady, she told me when we were launching Coral Bells, she actually shed tears because she was so glad. She was feeling, I've introduced these ladies to these people. I'm so glad that you guys have delivered, because the benefits of doing that, it has changed their minds. They know that they can actually become landlords. So that's a fantastic story. And, she just went ahead to share with me some of the lessons. Other than the financial gain, these women have learned to work together. They've learned to support each other. They're each other's sort of accountability partners. And she gave me examples. You see, one person has done X, the other lady will ask them, how are you able to do X, Y, Z? And, they're able to share with each other the steps they're making. And their lives has changed. It might look small, but, but they have children in the university. They are educating their children. So they're changing a generation. They have homes they've built at home. They have invested here. So their children are not, they don't have the same old mindset that it is impossible and this is our lot in life. No. They have seen that it's actually possible. So those are some of the lessons that that we pick from that group. So coming together as ladies, it just helps you really learn a lot together. Yes, we don't have many questions. Yes, I would encourage us, please. Sunshine Genga, thanks Sunshine. I can see you here. I think I've lost the questions in YouTube. Maybe you guys can help me. Okay, so we can continue. So that's one example, Little Rock, and those are some of the lessons. And I think in time I will be able to invite this lady to even just come and share with us. Of course, there are the social benefits of also being in a chama together, that you're able to support one another in the different milestones in life. You're able to support one another, whether it is in the good times or the difficult times. You're able to support one another. So there are the friendships, the bonds that are there. She actually told me there's lots of praying for one another, helping one another when in need. So those are some of the benefits that just come with this, working together and being together. Now, the other group I spoke to, this is a very interesting name. They call themselves Mulika Mamas. Ladies have a thing with names. There's actually another group called Maridadi Ladies. So yes, Mulika Mamas is another group of our investors. And I chatted with one of them today and asked them, okay, so how old is the group? You guys have been together for how long? What is the reason why you came together to do this? Have you guys been in, just to really understand the dynamics of the group. And I was wowed. I was really wowed, because the purpose of that group is to actually come together, invest now that they are in a place where they're earning, and use the funds or the investment returns they make to sort out their retirement. Yeah, that's the first group I have had that's thinking about coming together, investing together for purposes of retirement. So that's a very long-term view, and that means that even the types of investments they will be making, they won't be making investments where they are hoping to draw out from the investments immediately, but they will be making investments that will allow them to, keep the investment for a longer period of time. That it's actually going to help them at the time of retirement. I found that to be a really, really noble cause. The other thing the lady told me is that I found to be a great lesson is the reason why the vision bearer of that group is a lady who actually watched her mother go through, actually watched her mother come together with a group of ladies. They're in their 70s and they're still together and they're still investing together. So she watched her parents, or she watched her mom, and then she was able to start something that almost, is like what her mom was doing. And for me, the biggest lesson for us as ladies there is our children will always look at what we're doing. They won't, yes, they will listen, but they will do more they'll actually copy or do what they see us do more than do what they hear us do. So even from a financial perspective, or from, money's, issues around money, your children will observe you and they will watch what you're doing, and then they will go and do what you're doing. Not what you say, but what they observe. So that's another angle to also look at it. Yeah, so as ladies, even just to be careful, what is it that our children see? So going back to Mulika Mamas, so for them it was very important to come together with people, like-minded people. Yeah, so people who they have like a history together. So that's another thing that's very important with ladies. You have a history together, you come together, and then you're able to either save progressively and start investing. She told me that previously they invested in land a lot, and that I've had with a number of chamas. She invested in land a lot, and the challenge with land is that land was not giving them cash flows. Yeah, and when they're thinking, okay, we don't have funds to develop this land. Selling the land at the appreciated value is a little challenging. So by the time they met Savo, they felt Savo is different in the sense that they're able to put in $1 million and start having cash flows coming through for them progressively. So that's the difference between land and investing in Savo. So that's one of the things that she actually mentioned, and that is the case for very many chamas. I remember there's a time I used to go and meet a lot of chamas, just go meet them, have conversations with them. And what I realized is very many ladies would actually give you a pin of a parcel of land that they own to tell you, you know what, can you help us develop this land? So very many women who came together actually bought land, and now they feel stuck with the land and they don't know what to do with the land. So investing in Savo sort of like helped them to just know, I can put my money and I get some rental income, and then it just continues progressively. Yes. Let me see. Ladies, please send through your questions. I see here. I enjoyed part 1. That's Sunshine Genga. I'm drawing lessons and motivation. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sunshine. Nice name. The network is really choppy today. Oh, really? The network is not so good. It was manageable at the start, but it's getting more intermittent. Guys, I don't know. We're trying. Yeah? Okay. So there's a little challenge with the network, but the team is trying to just sort it. Please send through your questions. Christine Omolo, hi, doing a great job. Yes, our children are copycats. That's true. Christine Omolo is actually the lady who started the Little Rock Chaba. The story I've told you about the ladies in Kibera, that's actually her brainchild. So well done, Christine. I think Christine has done a fantastic job with those ladies. And then Gideon Karuga, hi, do you have an investment arm where investments can earn certain interest? Okay, so Gideon Karuga, you're my namesake, in addition to being called Charo. Yeah, so Gideon, we purely just focus on investments in the real estate. So we don't have an investment arm where you can invest and earn interest. So we've chosen to just focus on you buy a unit and you're able to earn rental income from the unit for now. Will Savo take a different shape in future? Maybe. But for now, we're just focusing on we develop, you invest, and you earn some rental income off the investment. I hope I've been able to answer you, Gideon. Yes. Okay. So guys, I had asked a few questions at the beginning. Are you a member of an investment group? Do you invest? What do you invest in? Are there lessons you've learned together? Yes. So the other benefit of investing in a chama or as an investment group or coming together and investing together is the expertise that you get from each other. So in the process of learning, you learn a lot from each other. You'll find that in an investment group, there's probably, and I mentioned this last week, you'll probably find there are people with different expertise. There's the lawyer, there's the accountant, there's even the admin person, who puts you guys together. All that are some of the benefits of investing together as a chama. So, sorry guys. Okay. Those are some of the benefits of investing together as a chama. I'll talk about another group of ladies called Platinum Ladies as well, who have invested with us. And Platinum is, again, Christine's chama. So she's in, of course, a number of groups. So she's taking maximum advantage of investing as a group. And for her, or for them, they've actually been together for about 20 years. That's a long time. 20 years is really, really a long time. What I picked from their group is, just imagine the deep friendships that have been formed in those 20 years. Yeah? I mean, they've celebrated each other's, I don't know, birthdays, children who've been born, children who've gone to campus. They are even in the season where now they're celebrating their children as they perhaps get married and start their new jobs. So 20 years is a really long time. And they've invested here, and they also had the problem of land. Even when I started the conversations with them, their issue was, yes, we have this land. What do we do with it? Yeah, but now they've changed strategy. Now they're investing in real estate. And I really liked the angle that investment group has taken, because there is the chama, yes, and the chama has invested as a chama, but you find different members in the chama also investing as individuals. And every time one hears that, oh, you also got your unit, oh, you also got your unit as an individual, that becomes a motivation even for the other ladies to start investing. And she's telling me they're just exploring ways of even getting the chama to pay deposit for a member, and then the member will continue with the monthly payments. And I think that's a brilliant idea. Like, yes, we understand you're not able to afford the deposit you are by yourself, but we'll pay for you the deposit, and then you'll be able to continue with the monthly payments. And I think that's brilliant. The other thing they're trying to explore is, even as a chama that has come together, is it possible, because you guys have been together for 20 years, is it possible for Emily and Grace to invest in one unit? Emily cannot afford by herself. So can Emily and Grace come together and invest in one unit together, even in addition to the entire, the bigger chama? So those are some of the things that they're doing in that group as well. And I think that's really admirable that they're able to do that, because you don't want to leave some people behind. You want to walk together in this journey. Yes. Let's see if there's any other question. Gideon Karuga, hi, do you have, okay, that I've answered. Okay, yes, good stuff. Thanks, namesake. Yes, thank you. Christine, again, as I talk to other women on investing at Savo, one asked if they can see inside one of the apartment. Yes, definitely. It's possible to see inside one of the apartment. I mean, all they need to do is to come here, and we'll be able to show them one of the complete apartments. So, Christine, yes, that's possible. And then again, Sunshine. Sunshine is just telling us about the network. Yes. Savo, women and money is an important issue. Many women will end up managing their own financial at some point in their life. True. Emily will teach you. Okay, this was just them saying, what we'll be handling today. So if you have questions, please do ask the questions as we continue. Now, I'll talk about, even last week, I really didn't talk about myself as a lady and or as a woman and what my investment journey has been. I think largely because we've talked about that a lot. But maybe today I'll just sometimes it's nice to be vulnerable and just state your story or say your story. So for me, at the very beginning, of course, life was not very easy, and it was just managing the basic needs as we went along. Of course, there was a season there, I can't remember, maybe 6 months, where there was some increase in income and we started learning bad manners. But in a very short time, we were able to tell ourselves, we need to change. And I think in that season, there's a period I was a member of a chama. The chamas in those days, it was, I don't know whether ladies still do that now, it was really to contribute and then give one person at some point. So it was really like a merry-go-round. And what that meant is, when it's your turn to receive the money, you are free to do with the money as you wished. I remember some of that money helped us to fund our wedding. So, and after that, I got out of the chama because I felt it didn't have like a long-term objective. And so, I exited the chama, and, we were, of course, having the conversations of investment with Mr. Mcharo, and we continued that way for a long period of time. Later on, I joined another chama, and we call ourselves, I don't know whether that's a funky name, like Mulika Mamas, yes. We call ourselves Ndata, and it was very clear it was an investment group. It was not to changa and do, and share the funds, but to really, really invest. But what I learned from that group is, at the beginning, it was very difficult to contribute. Why was it difficult? It was difficult because we didn't have a purpose. So we wanted to contribute, yes, we wanted to invest, yes, but we didn't know what are we investing in. We hadn't identified a parcel of land, as most chamas do. We hadn't identified maybe a specific investment we're going to put our money in. And for a season, we contributed, and the money sat in the bank account. And I remember some of our members actually even asked for their money back. But time came when Savo had been born, and we were doing our first project. And I decided to share with my friends and tell them there's this investment opportunity. And surprisingly, the contributions just came. Because, we want to buy a house, and we need money to buy that house. So the lesson there is sometimes, even as you start an investment group as ladies, it's very hard to raise the funds if you don't have a goal. If you can't see the end goal, or you don't have a plan. So that was the situation with us. We actually didn't have a plan at the beginning, but immediately we decided we're going to invest in this unit, and this unit is here, this is the price, and dividing it among ourselves, this is the contribution required. It became extremely easy to raise the funds and for people to contribute. So having a goal, having a plan is extremely important. And we've been able to invest in 2 units in Laser, our project in Rongai. We have 3 units in Embakasi, in Savo Studios. And I think we'll be able to just keep going on because it's very clear what we are investing in. Yes. So even as a chama, if you're starting a group of people, like-minded people to invest together, have a goal, have a plan, then it becomes easier. And that is true even for you as an individual. If you have a goal or if you have a plan of where you want to invest, then it becomes very easy for you to set aside the funds. Yes. So guys, more questions. Oh God, I think people are really struggling. Guys are not hearing. Everyone is just saying network. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Will they be able to hear the recording later? Yes? Okay. So if you're struggling, apologies. The guys are really trying. I don't know what has happened with internet, but it will be recorded. So if you're struggling to hear now, you'll be able to watch the recording. Okay, Miriam Gatehi. Hi, there is something wrong with, okay, again, internet. It keeps hanging. Helen Guia. Thanks, Helen. Hi, good stuff. However, today the network is bad, so the session is really fragmented. Oh, okay. The internet is really bad. Yes, the network is really bad. Our apologies. Should we continue? What do we do? Sorry? Okay. Can you comment? If we comment, would somebody see? Yeah, please comment and just say. So if you can hear me, I will continue just shortly and we will be done. But what we will do, the recording will be clearer. Yeah? So we will be able to watch later because everybody is just complaining about internet. Paul, I can't hear. I think my sincere apologies. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. Everybody's comment is around. Just comment. Comment on YouTube and Facebook as well. Yeah. So those have been our lessons around investing. I want to just talk about again the benefits of coming together. I'll talk about that as I close. So the benefits of coming together as women again is just the ability to support one another. Yeah, you're able to come together and you're able to support each other. You're able to hold each other accountable. I think that's brilliant. If you walk alone, there's a saying that says, I can't remember, but you will go further if you walk with someone. So if you're walking with someone, you will definitely go further than if you're walking alone. So just because of accountability. And we know financial matters sometimes are difficult, but if you're working with someone, they will be able to handhold you and hold you accountable, which is good. I'm sure it also builds your confidence. Just use the example of the ladies in Kibera. What Christine was telling me is after a lady has gotten 50,000 and she goes and she wants to develop a home even for themselves, what happens is she would tell her husband, I have X amount. And the husband would be like, okay, thank you, let's put our kitty together and let's build. Immediately she does that, the level of respect from the husband even to the woman increases. So that's another benefit of you being able to contribute to the family. And it just gives you more confidence even as a lady. Yeah. And then the mindset of I can achieve it. If you've achieved it together, you then have the feeling that you can achieve it, even you as an individual, if you worked at it. Yeah. And to start with little, when when you're doing it as a chama, even the little you have, if you put it together plus everybody else's, it definitely becomes possible to do greater things. Yeah. So those are some of the benefits. And then the learning from each other's expertise. We've talked about that. I think there's a lot of positive peer pressure. Positive peer pressure means you see somebody has done X and you also want to be able to do what they have done. So that's positive peer pressure. I think even in the talking together, if you're together in a chama, one person comes with the idea one, another person comes with a different idea, and you're able to, in a sense, argue out the ideas. And you might go thinking your idea is the best, but it's possible for for somebody else to come up with a better idea. So it just gives you that opportunity to sort of like really, really evaluate ideas. And by the time you're making a certain decision, you're making that decision with the very best of the ideas. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So together you're able to come up with the best ideas. I think patience in a chama, we are different. We have different dynamics. Our capacity to learn different things is different. So just coming together as ladies, you're able to you have to learn to be patient one with another, and also in that process, I think coming together as ladies, that is a safe space. It's safe in the sense that you can be vulnerable. You can't be vulnerable with the ladies that you are with. So just because it's a safe place, and it's possible to say, I actually don't know, or I actually did not get that. And nobody is going to judge you. So that vulnerability allows you to then learn from the other people, and you don't have the pressure of saying, I must know, I must know, I must know. So those are some of the benefits of coming together as women and investing together and just growing together. Yes, I'd like to perhaps stop there because I think nobody is hearing anything. Yes, so yeah, our apologies, but it's been recorded. You will be able to watch it. Yeah, you'll be able to watch it later. Yes. But our sincere apologies for this. Yeah. Okay. So God bless you if you can hear me. I feel like I'm alone. God bless you if you can hear me. And may you have a good night and a great weekend. Hopefully we will not have a similar problem next time. But you can send through your questions even after you have watched. And next time we will try to answer them in next Friday's session. So bye and God bless.